It's possible that this video will turn out to be unnecessary if things change drastically in the next few days for any number of reasons that are completely beyond my control. But as far as I know, I'm in a situation right now where the Digibro channel is at very serious risk of actually being taken off of YouTube potentially forever. And I didn't want to make a huge deal about this. You know, I post about it on Twitter. I talk about what's going on with the channel and stuff when it goes down. This is not the first time I've had difficulties with my channel. However, it is in many ways the scariest. Because the first time my channel ever went down was back towards the start of 2015. And that time, I had 3 copyright strikes, but I had submitted counter notifications just before my channel went down on some of those strikes. And it was only because, actually the first time it went down, it was because of the fact that I had 2 copyright strikes and 1 community guidelines strike. The community guidelines strike got repealed, and that brought the channel back. Then I filed a counter notification on one of the 2 strikes that I had, got a 3rd one, and after 2 weeks had passed, when that counter notification went through, then I got the channel back. Now it used to be that if you filed a counter notification against a strike that a company had put on you on YouTube, they had 2 weeks to either give you your video back or sue you. Those were their options. It was considered a legal action, so the company had to either give you the video back or sue you. This stopped being the case at some point. Now it is that you submit a counter notification and they can either just give you your video back or just reject your notification. They can just say no. And when they do that, the only recourse you have as a content creator is to literally ask the company to give you your video back, to release this strike and give you back the content. And that's not nearly as easy to do. Now, 2 years ago, my channel had gone down a 2nd time because of my girlish number video. That video got a strike, and the company rejected my appeal. I got people to petition them to give it back. I got that video back. I'd gotten the channel back, I think, elsewise. But, like, that video, you know, it wouldn't come back for a while until people, like, messaged the email that was in the description of the strike. Well, this time, I'm in even deeper trouble. Because I've got 3 copyright strikes. And, funnily enough, nowadays YouTube doesn't take down your channel if you get 3 strikes. Not immediately. They give you a notification warning. They disable your ability to post new content. And they also say, we have received 3 notifications alleging copyright infringement on one of your postings. Consequently, your account is subject to termination. Your ability to post new videos has been suspended. Your access to your account will be completely disabled unless we receive from you a valid counter notification disputing at least one of the claims by February 6th. Now that's tomorrow. However, actually that's today, so that makes no fucking sense. But the funny thing about that is it's been saying that same message with a different date ever since the 14th of January, when I first discovered this problem. I, of course, immediately submitted counter notifications. Now, I already had 1 strike from before, from my video, Finish or Fail Full Dive Muhyo Toroji, which got a strike. I counter notified it. That counter notification was rejected. This didn't surprise me too much because that video was very much pushing the limit on what I think fair use could appropriately, account for. So, like, I was kind of like, I'll take that one on the chin, you know, like, fine. That video was pushing it. But then, the other 2 that I've got, one is for the Ghibli cast on My Neighbor Totoro, which doesn't even have any part of the film in it. It's almost entirely a still image with, 3 avatars over it of me and my friends, and we just talk about the movie. So in that case, it's particularly egregious that it's a false claim. And it was placed by one of those claiming companies, one of the ones that just runs through and finds shit to claim. So that's the one that I had the most expectation would be easily released. The third one that I got was for a video called The Importance of Presentation in Strong Anime Narratives. Now, this is an older video from 2015 that had been blocked worldwide for a while. And when you have a video that's blocked worldwide, if you try to fight that, it can become a strike. And if you get 3 strikes, obviously this happens. So I've been slowly working my way through contesting the worldwide blocked videos that I have. And this one I had just recently contested, and it came back as a strike at the exact same time that I got the My Neighbor Totoro strike. Totaling 3 strikes, which is exactly what I'm always afraid of when I try to fight worldwide blocked videos. So in this case, I submit the 2 counter notifications as soon as I could on the 14th. I wait 2 weeks, expecting that either I'm going to get the channel back or it's going to be gone. Now, what it told me was that I would lose the channel unless I submitted a valid counter notification. Well, I submitted 2. They're both valid counter notifications. That didn't change anything. Instead, it just every single day tells me that the due date for submitting that notification is 1 day later. So it said due by the 14th, then it said due by the 15th, then it said due by the 16th, and just every day it just changes what date I need to submit a valid counter notification by. Which makes no fucking sense and just leaves me in limbo. And so I've just been waiting for these counter notifications to go through to see if that would change anything. Now, the counter notification for the importance of presentation video was rejected. So the only recourse then would be to message the company. Well, the company is NHK, and the email that they used doesn't work. It doesn't go anywhere. So potentially there is an email that I could find that you could email them to resolve this, but I don't know what it is. I don't know what email they would use for queries such as this. Meanwhile, the other one, the GhibliCast one, the counter notification was awaiting review until today, and now it finally has. Now it says, claimant response by February 20th. So either on February 20th they are going to give me my video back, or my channel, assumably, is going to go down permanently. The only other potential option is that it just remains in this limbo forever, where I have access to it, but I can't post to it. I don't know what's going to happen. I literally have no idea. It's the most trepidatious position I've ever been in, or the most precarious, rather. I guess both are appropriate. Yeah, I don't have any real recourse for this. I'm going to put the emails for all 3 of these companies in the description. Again, previously in the past, I've gotten things, I've gotten strikes repealed by having people just email the company en masse, telling them that this is a mistake. I don't know if the Muhyo Toroji company would give it back. The GhibliCast one might be more likely, but again, it's it's not even a Japanese company. It's just one of those random third-party ones from somewhere else that does this, as a gig. So maybe they would release the claim. I have no idea. The result of all this is I haven't been able to post anything to the main channel. I want to. I had to post my Log Horizon video to After Dark. I've had to post the Shield Hero Weekly videos, which I intended to post on the main channel to After Dark. I have a lot of ideas about things I want to do at the main channel. I really was planning to go into kind of an overhaul mode and change the kind of content in certain ways and just post a lot more frequently. This is what I wanted to do in January, and when the time came, I couldn't post to the channel. So, going forward from here, there's a few possibilities. If the channel does, in fact, go down, I still have the After Dark channel, which doesn't have any strikes. It's completely clean. It's got 73,000 subs. I could potentially try to build that channel up into something big on its own. I could just try to post all my content there and just say, fuck it, I don't care about having separated main and After Dark channels anymore. Or I could make that the main and then create a different After Dark channel, or whatever seems appropriate to me at the time. I probably would do the former idea just because it's not something I've done before, just to see how it would work out. But, if if the channel goes down, thankfully all the videos are saved. You know, I have all the videos. Other people have ripped them all. Someone even ripped all the metadata, so that's good. Like, the videos can be re-uploaded either on YouTube or off YouTube. Probably, BitChute's a good, pretty reliable place to put stuff, at least for now. But, yeah, like, it's just the ability to grow, the ability to, reach the full scope of the audience that I had before, or to, just have the metrics of everything I've accomplished. All of that is at risk, So, for you as an audience, the main things that you are going to lose out on is just the existing videos and their metadata, and probably you're going to see me change the way I do things considerably. And maybe that would even be something that you'd end up in favor of or not. I have no idea. I really don't know what's going to happen. The only reason I'm letting you all know this is that it's taking so long. Like, I thought this would be resolved by now. Because, again, in the past 2 weeks, that's the typical time frame for how long at maximum it takes to resolve issues like this. And now we're looking at 2 weeks from today after it's already been 3 weeks. So we're looking at, it says claimant response by the 20th. They could respond at any time. I could get my channel back tomorrow. I could get it back on the 20th. I could get it back never. I have no idea. Again, if you want to try to do something to help me, contact trusted flaggers. I had a trusted flagger on Twitter who told me to send them the links to the 2 videos that had strikes. Nothing came of that. This was weeks ago. So I don't know if that guy already tried and failed. He never responded to me again. So, if you want to help me to get those kind of people on board, if you want to contact YouTube, their Twitters, literally you're going to have to spam people. Like, the only way that things like this get resolved is by spam. It's by force of public outcry. It's by force of people making demands and letting them know letting these companies know how you feel about this. If this is something that is upsetting to you, then, I need you to do something, because I can't resolve this by myself. It's not something that I can, there's not someone who I can just speak to and it all goes away. It has to be that there is pressure put on these people to make the decisions to give me my stuff back, and it's worked in the past. Again, the ** Sucks videos, have been flagged by Sentai Filmworks. We spammed them on Twitter. They gave it back. They made it right. They even contacted me directly to do so. So, it's possible. But in the event the channel goes down, we'll see what happens from there. But, like, I'm in a really bad place to be dealing with this right now, because I'm living in a house that costs too much money for me. I can't move until June, and I plan to change a lot of things about my life when that time comes. I am in a considerable amount of tax debt. I just can't really afford, to have something like this on my head right now. To not be able to have the opportunity for rapid growth if I needed it. Like, I was in a position at the start of this year where I was really hoping to try and reach more people and get more money and open up more revenue streams and really start, like, expanding my brand. And for the people who follow me on Patreon, you've seen the first steps in that I, majorly overhauled my Patreon rewards recently. I've been doing all kinds of shit trying to, like, get ready for, like, my next big move, and I can't move at all. I'm totally stationary. I'm totally stuck. I have no real way of, changing these circumstances. And again, if the channel goes down, I'm still going to keep trying. I'm still going to keep working on this type of content and working with my Patreon, because ultimately, I have enough of a long-term plan that I can sustain myself doing this career, whether the channel comes back or not. But it's a huge difference between, having the opportunity to make things go smoothly and having a really rough, potentially couple of years ahead of me. Like, if this channel goes down, a lot of fucking work in building that base goes out the window, you know? And, like, people still know about me, people still know about the After Dark channel, but there's, you know, there's a lot of swinging power you have with 350, 370, almost 380,000 subscribers. My subs count is still going up on the main channel, in spite of the fact that I haven't been able to post to it in a month and a half, just because people are looking for my fucking Mob Psycho video. So, yeah, I guess just, you know, do what you can to help out if you're interested. And if you really want to just, like, help me through this time, the Patreon's always there. You know, I'm not necessarily, like, hurting for money on a day-to-day. Like, I have enough in my bank that I can live and take care of myself. I can, you know, I'm going to move into a much less expensive place this summer. You know, moving to Boston did not work out for me. Like, a lot of the things that were supposed to happen did not, or went wrong. Things just went really awry when I moved here. And, you know, there's a million stories about that. If you're a Patreon follower, of course, you'll have heard me talk a lot more about my life in depth on podcasts and such. But yeah, if in the event that my channel does go down, I'm gonna definitely be making much more of a story about that, because I will be in a position where I will actually feel like I need to alert people to my situation. But yeah, so that's where things are at. I'm just letting you know that that's why you're not going to see main channel content for as long as this takes. You know, again, I thought that by like February 2nd, I'd be just mass uploading, you know, my Log Horizon video that I had to post on the other channel, and the Shield Heroes and all that stuff, and I'm planning to start up a Let's Argue series in the style of Fantanos, because people keep requesting me to do that. Like, all that kind of shit, it's not gonna happen unless this channel comes back. Unless the channel never comes back, in which case it's just gonna be hell. Alright, well, sorry for the downer, but please, emails. Again, the one for NHK didn't even work, so when I tried to email it, I got a Mailer Demon response. So if you want to help me out by helping me find an NHK email that would work, or just, you know, locate their corporate email and message that. I don't know what email would, like, I don't know if just the email that's on the website of NHK would reach them in any way, you know. So that's it. Thanks for listening.